Sir, we're going to have to report this to the U.S. Embassy. So it stays low. That'll be much better. You know what he could do? He could sell the picture of the passport to the Chinese spies who were helping China arrest. How do we know he's not going to do that? Is this his personal phone or work phone? Personal phone. His personal phone that he could sell to the Chinese spies. And now you're going to cause a problem between the U.S., the Philippines, and the Chinese. How do we know he doesn't talk to the Chinese on the personal phone?
Hello and welcome back to Asia Now. My name is Alex, and in this video I'll tell you about China gets involved in that American diplomat using bus lane incident, Filipinos in the US fear Trump's mass deportation, the Philippines BI intercepts a couple with fake visas at Naya, Ugandan woman fakes her own seizure to avoid immigration arrest, a Chinese woman and her daughters remain found in the Philippines, plus much more, beginning with the USD to peso exchange rate. Right now, $1 equal to 58.01 pesos. Before we talk about our main story, I want to take a second to thank Chris, who bought me 3 coffees and says, I do enjoy your Asia Now news very much, Alex, and it saved me a lot of time with reading my local papers. Thank you. And if you guys are enjoying it, want to show some extra support, you can go ahead and buy me a coffee at the link below, or you can go ahead and scan this QR code I've made, make it much more simple and convenient for you guys. I do appreciate it. Here's our main story. The Department of Transportation enforcement team attempted to issue a ticket to the driver who could only provide his passport instead of a valid driver's license. Tensions rose when another American in the vehicle protested against taking a photo of the passport, claiming it was illegal. He demanded the photo to be deleted for fear that it could be sold to Chinese spies operating in the Philippines. He asked to speak with a senior police officer to sort things out, warning that it might escalate to the embassy level. Despite the heated moments, enforcers remained calm and said they needed information on the passport to issue the ticket. Ultimately, the driver received a temporary operator's permit and the situation was resolved without further conflict. But in a statement Saturday, the Chinese embassy said it's deeply shocked and concerned about the baseless accusations against China and the presence of so-called Chinese spies. Quotes, we want to be informed of the final results of the investigation by Philippines law enforcement authorities, end quote. The embassy said. The U.S. Embassy in Manila said it was aware of the traffic incident and instructed all staff to adhere to Philippines laws, including traffic regulations. Whoa! How ironic that American man said he doesn't want to escalate things, but look what happened now. Like it's very different for me to come here and say something about spies and China and whatever, or you or some Filipino person, but for an American diplomat holding a diplomatic passport to make such claims, it's not okay. You cannot say that publicly, right? So, yeah. It's funny because I did a poll on the channel to see who was right in that situation. So if you guys want to see the results, actually I could just tell you right now. So here are the results of the poll at the time of recording this. I think over 70% agreed with the Filipino traffic enforcers doing their jobs, with about 20% saying the American was right. And a few of you guys somewhere in between. Leave your thoughts down below now regarding this incident, after what we know, after what the embassy said regarding its employees and staff following Philippines traffic laws, and after China came out and said, hey, wait, who are you calling spies, bro? Who are you calling spies? Now, it's fair to say, okay, when you have 5 people arrested for suspicion of espionage, when you have drones in the water of Bohol and Palawan being brought up and saying these are surveillance drones made in China, those are different because you're putting facts, right? You're saying this is made in China, this is what we suspect, and you make very factual claims. But this man, I don't know if he's going to have his job still, but whatever. Anyways, I don't want to speculate, but it does not look good for embassies to get involved and diplomats to make these kinds of accusations. The remains of a Chinese mother and her 11-year-old daughter, who were taken in 2023, were found buried in General Trias City, Cavite. The victims, Rang Hong and Jiang Zheng, were abducted along with their son, 2 maids, and a driver in Taguig City on October 30th, 2023. The person who took them later released the boy and the 3 others, but kept the mother and the daughter captive. Police believe the victims were terminated after no ransom was paid. A suspect was arrested on February 4th of this year, but refused to provide information. Authorities searched his house in Barangay San Francisco, where they discovered the remains on February 7th. Investigators are conducting an autopsy to confirm what happened. A sad story, oh man, it's just horrible to hear someone and their child go through that because of money, and when the ransom wasn't paid, they assume that's what happened. May they rest in peace. Next up, the Bureau of Immigration in the Philippines stopped a married couple in Naya for trying to leave the country using fake Netherlands visas. This action follows President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s directive to enhance border security to fight trafficking. BI Commissioner Joel Anthony Vieira warned travelers against fake visa scams, which waste money and can lead to legal trouble. Can lead? It should, right? The couple aged 26 and 28 planned to fly to Amsterdam via Cathay Pacific but were caught when immigration officers detected irregularities in the visas. A forensic check confirmed it was counterfeit. The couple admitted to paying 268,000 pesos for their travel, including the fake visa. The BI turned them over to the whatever agency to go ahead and take care of them. Yeah, don't do it. Do not travel with fake documents. You might be caught. That's a lot of money in the Philippines, and unfortunately, you won't be going on that trip to see the windmills. What they got there in the Netherlands? Skiing? The Dutch soccer team? Danish? What they got in Netherlands? Tulips? They send a lot of tulips to Canada. Poppies? Wooden boots? Windmills. They got windmills. That's what they got. Next up, a 38-year-old man was arrested after he allegedly thrust his private part at the back of a 17-year-old girl inside a bus in National Highway Barangay Tabok, Mandaue City on Saturday evening, basically Cebu. The fuck are you doing, bro? You can't be thrusting your privates at a woman, not even a 17-year-old. Come on, man. Come on, bro. What are you doing? What is the sense in that? What do you get from that as a man? Come on, man. Dumb. Let's go to Thailand quickly. A 39-year-old Ugandan woman attempted to escape an immigration check in Pattaya by faking a seizure on the beach. Stopped during a routine inspection, she tried to flee, but she was caught by officers. Authorities discovered that she had overstayed her visa by 603 days since June 2023. After receiving medical attention, she was taken into custody and will face legal proceedings before deportation. The incident has sparked discussion over Thailand's strict immigration laws and the lengths some people go to in order to evade arrest. Many are debating whether Thailand should take a more lenient approach to visa overstays or maintain its firm stance on immigration enforcement. Last video we talked about that former beauty queen that was jailed for overstaying 10 days. This woman overstaying 600 days. I wonder what they're going to do to her as far as deportation and legal proceedings. Back to the Philippines. Filipino migrants in the U.S. are feeling anxious as President Trump enforces stricter immigration policies. His recent executive order focuses on border security, tougher visa checks, and stronger action against undocumented immigrants. This has raised fears, especially for Filipinos with pending residency applications or those without legal status who worry about deportation or delays in their cases. Many longtime residents now face uncertainty about their future under these new laws. As one would imagine, a lot of undocumented Filipinos that we talked about, over 400,000 or 300,000, something like that, in the United States. I wonder how this is all going to play out. Our next story, I'm going to read the whole thing in detail because I just want to, because I think it's wrong completely. Animal rights activists are demanding justice after shocking viral video showed a man repeatedly hurling helpless puppy into a sea off the coast of Koh Samui in Thailand. The disturbing footage, which surfaced yesterday, captures the man forcefully throwing a terrified stray dog into the water. Despite the puppy's desperate attempts to swim back to the shore, he cruelly tossed it back multiple times. His justification? He claimed he was merely cleaning the dog because it had ticks. The Watchdog Thailand Foundation quickly condemned the act. The organization took to Facebook stating, quote, "The puppy was scared and shocked because you threw it repeatedly," end quote. People joined the call for action, demanding authorities track down the man and hold him accountable. After mounting backlash, the individual posted an apology on Facebook, though he continued to defend his actions, asking the public for forgiveness. However, WDT founder Saban Nia Notara remains undeterred. Speaking to national TV, she confirmed the foundation is working closely with police to locate the suspect in Koh Samui, Suratani province. They also said that they will be filing a lawsuit against the man and vowed to see the case through to the end. Quote, "This kind of cruelty cannot be ignored," end quote. Absolutely despicable. What are you doing, man? Like, which human being? I don't understand. You see like a puppy and you throw it in the ocean like that repeatedly. Obviously, I'm not going to show you the video, but some people, honest to God, like, I just don't understand. A grown person that has the knowledge of right and wrong would go ahead and do this. And then there's other people, like, I don't want to read that one, but poisoning dogs and stuff. Like, look, I get it. Some dogs they're barking, they're loud or whatever. But that's not the dog's fault. We don't know how they're being treated. That's the owner's fault. But to poison dogs, I don't know, man. That's just complete. I feel like there's zero space for that in life here. I hope they all burn in hell. Like, that's how far and in depth I want this thing to go. Take this man, throw him in the ocean multiple times, and let's see what he does. And then Phuket, Thailand, police raided 3 illegal foreign-owned businesses, including 2 unlicensed nurseries and a combat sports gym. Several foreign nationals were arrested for opening without proper permits. Authorities have launched investigation into companies involved, warning that further crackdowns on unregistered foreign businesses will continue. Yeah, buddy, why not? Why don't you go to Thailand on a tourist visa, and open up a gym? What are you doing? Some people, the entitlement, right? What do you think is going to happen? Yeah, honest to God, like some people think they can just go to these countries and just do whatever they want without any repercussions, man. A lot of people go through like a lot of different hurdles and hoops and stuff just to get their partner, their girlfriend, just to visit or whatever, or get a visa to stay long term. But it just blows my mind how some people have this, like, I guess, mindset. Hey, let me go to Thailand. Let me go to the Philippines. Let me go to Cambodia and just do whatever I want. It don't work like that no more, man. The world's become a very different place, and I'm glad that these people are getting caught. Of course, not enough of them are. Now time for our segment Yesterday Today, where I read some of the most popular comments regarding yesterday's video, with a lot of different comments and a lot of different takes on what happened. And the one with 50 likes coming from Kevin Harden, who said, "These embassy employees think they are important. What an embarrassing situation. They should follow the rules." Quote, "I didn't know," end quote, is a lame excuse. They should both be sent back to the US and fired. Eric makes an excellent point. As a diplomat, you should be creating goodwill, not aggravating officials. Perfectly said. Elaine says, "This US diplomat stepped out of boundaries. All diplomats should follow rules and regulations of the host country." That's basically what it comes down to. I feel like myself, you, and everybody that visits another country specifically should behave. A lot of the things that I cover on this channel can easily be avoided if we just rethink of what we're doing. Just stay out of trouble. I think things will just be smoother for yourself and the locals as well. That's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it at any point, if you stayed around this long, maybe you did, take a second. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and just commenting down below, engaging with any of these videos. Share your thoughts regarding anything I covered today. And that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day ahead or evening. I'll see you next time. Bye. Windmills. They got windmills. That's what they got. How ignorant am I? I got no knowledge of what Netherlands.